good air fryer oven must be quiet, fast and efficient, and should easily cope with larger portions, and has all the trays and accessories included.
You want to cook with less oil?
In today's video I'm gonna show you the new air fryer oven from the brand called HYSapientia, which not just let you cook healthier with less oil, but also will help you to reduce the energy bills up to around 50% comparing to a traditional oven. But first, let's open that massive box. This packaging is very effective in avoiding breakage during transit. And here's the air fryer oven itself. All I can say, that stainless steel casing looks good. It has almost, I would say, commercial grade aesthetics. It will be a very attractive addition to our kitchen's countertop. Right, here we got all the accessories: oven rack, the fry basket, silicone heat protective mitt, chicken and turkey forks for rotisserie, instruction manuals and leaflet, warranty cards and a book with the recipes. The quick start guide tells us all the basic operations, and there are some accessory guides, etc, etc. And there's also an enamel pan drip tray. It's strongly recommended to have it inside the air fry oven when cooking meals, so the fat, juice or any liquids won't drip at the heating elements of the oven but going to be collected in a tray. Inside the oven we also got a basic crumbs tray. Okay, let's prepare our air fry oven to the initial job. Let's just cook something.
And before we carry on, make sure you're subscribed.
Before the first use, I would advise to wash all the accessories in warm water with washing liquid, and this is very important. Don't forget to remove all the stickers and labels from the unit. The inside of the air fryer also can be wiped with a damp cloth before the initial use. You need to have some basic knowledge of air fryers before using this to the best of its capabilities. But if you never used any air fryer before, don't worry, it might be a bit of trials and errors at the beginning to set up the right time and the temperatures. But don't worry, if I have mastered cooking in this thing in less than a week, that means it's really easy. Let's plug it and make sure there's at least 3 to 4 inches of space at the back and the top of the unit. This will give some ventilation. So this is the main panel. Let's turn it on. At the left side we got the control buttons. All the operations are confirmed with a beep and being shown and the display in the middle. The beep sounds are at a reasonable volume. I appreciate that. At the right side we got the analog dial. It rotates clockwise and anti-clockwise so we can adjust the temperature, time, etc. This oven can be operated using presets for various food types, but to be honest I always prefer the manual settings over presets, considering there are too many variables when it comes to food thickness and whether or not it starts out fresh or frozen, etc. Setting it up manually is very simple. You just set up desired time and the temperature and press start. Really easy. Please note there's no preheating required, and this significantly saves the time. It has a super bright interior light which can be turned on anytime by pressing this button here. It also automatically turns on when the doors is being opened. Things I don't like: the minimum time I can set is 5 minutes, when sometimes I just need 2 or 3. Here we got pizza mozzarella ready. It took only 7 minutes without preheating and 230 degrees of Celsius or 450 Fahrenheit. That would be impossible in the traditional stove. We already have a basket type air fryer but needed something bigger so we could cook multiple foods at the same time. We even tried a double basket air fryer, but the thing is, the basket air fryer isn't the best option to cook, for example, a chicken or pizza. But we can easily do that using the oven type air fryer, and this is the main reason why we decided to get the HYSapientia oven air fryer. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this air fryer oven saves you the money because the difference between this and traditional oven is about 50% less total energy used, and that's before factoring in the shorter total time needed for most food when cooked in an air fryer versus the bake oven. Here's how we got that figure and a breakdown on how much you can save using your air fryer instead of the oven. Because of the smaller cooking chamber and super convection, air fryer oven cooks food much faster than any traditional gas or electric stove, often in about half the time it takes to make a similar recipe in a full oven. Here we got some examples of cooking times for air fryers versus traditional ovens for cooking some popular foods. Don't forget, the air fryer oven doesn't require any preheating time, making it more efficient. The average full-size oven takes at least 10 minutes to preheat, but usually more like 12 to 15 minutes. And preheating requires as much or even more energy as actual cooking. So far we have cooked fries, frozen and homemade, chicken, pork or gammon, garlic mushrooms, pasta and sauce, pizza, roast potatoes, pigs and blankets, you name it, everything with perfect results. There are lots of presets to choose from for nearly anything. In this oven we were able to cook cod for 4 people, and another time we made over 15 chicken wings in one go. Presets did not work on the fish as it was bit undercooked, maybe because the fillets were so thick. Also, the wings were reheated from takeaway. They were even better than when we brought them home. It is good if you put tinfoil or baking paper in a bottom tray, as the rotisserie drips fat from chicken and you need to stop halfway to turn potatoes and sausages. Needless to say, we haven't used our main oven since getting it. In a summary, for its size and capabilities, it's probably one of the best possible options we could find anywhere. Good value for money. It's easy to clean both inside and out thanks to its stainless steel casing. It's easy to adjust the temperature and timer on just about any menu settings. Overall, we are really impressed with the versatility and speed of cooking. Great for a meal for 1 or 2 or for a little family of 3 like ours. I mentioned earlier I've mastered this thing in less than a week, but I still like to refer to the recipe book that came with it, and I will try cakes and fish, etc. We might also buy a rotisserie basket which being sold separately so that we could tumble chips, sweet potatoes, etc. If you'd like to check this out, please scan the QR code here or check out the Amazon affiliate links in this video description.
If you enjoyed that video and found it pretty informative and useful, make sure you're gonna leave us a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to Family Pop TV.